Hey Lou,
Hey, Matt.
remember when we used to watch movies all the time?
Meow, see?
What did I tell you about that voice?
Meow, I like to do it, see?
I told you there would be consequences.
Meow. Meow, I'm on fire, see?
Oh shit.
Meow, I'm burning, meow.
Welcome back to We Used to Play.
Episode 2, Movies.
So, Total Film took a poll of moviegoers and viewers and critics and stuff and created a list of the top 50 most disappointing movies of all time. And they released a list and everything today, or not today, maybe a couple days ago. The point is that it's an okay list.
Some of the stuff we agree with, some we don't.
There is one horrible travesty on the list, and we'll talk about it, but it kind of makes me want to throw up all over the place. Literally. Like, I would go to sleep thinking about it, and I would wake up in, like, my whole bed would be covered in vomit.
Like, to the point where
disgusting.
he would be, like, laying on his back, throwing up, and I would choose whether to save his life or not.
Are you saying that you slept in my bed?
I just say I watch you when you sleep sometimes.
That's kind of creepy. The number one movie, I'm sure everyone agrees with, Indiana Jones and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Though
Yeah.
I don't agree that it's a bad movie.
It's not a bad movie because, you know, it has the special effects and all that kind of coolness, although we talked earlier about this. I feel the usage of aliens is completely inappropriate and gay.
Well, is it gay?
It's pretty much gay, yes. I'm pretty sure if you
We're
looked
gonna
up...
cut that out.
Oh, okay.
You can't.
I can't. I'm gay. Cut!
I get that the idea of aliens with Indiana Jones doesn't really fit into the others, because it was all like... What was the first one was about Bible stuff, and then the second one was about... The second one had magic in it, though.
Yeah, but it was all
magic.
still sort of spiritual.
Yeah.
You know, and then they threw like this curveball. It's like, I don't know if it was because they had a huge budget and they thought we have a giant budget and aliens cost a lot of money.
Kingdom of the Crystal
Yeah. But it was just, I saw it in movie theaters, unlike the other Indiana Jones. Yeah, I saw it in movie theaters. And I was extremely disappointed.
No, that's too bad.
But, I don't know, man. Just didn't float my boat.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people agree with that. I don't think it was bad. I like Indiana Jones. I could probably watch it just about anyway.
I hear you. There's definitely certain genres of movies that I just like to watch for the sake of it being itself.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. So the second movie was Phantom Menace, which, obviously, there's not really anything you can talk about with that.
You know,
it's horrible.
I don't know if they were just overcompensating. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, we have to make this epic or funny or try to appeal to... I think it was they were trying to appeal to so many different audience members. You know, like, I don't know.
No,
because
it has nothing to do with that. It has to
Are
do
you
with
sure?
George Lucas thinking that he knows better than everyone else.
Maybe. But, I mean, he did create the series, so I guess he...
I know. I mean, he did the first night. Yeah,
Well, I mean,
get it.
sorry, like
I get
characters
it.
like Jar Jar Binks, obviously,
Horrible.
that wasn't put in for like a true fan. That was put in for like, you know, the comic relief. Like,
It was put in because it's George Lucas. I don't think anyone blames any of those movies on anyone but George Lucas.
Well, in any case.
Interestingly, a lot of people blame the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull on George Lucas too.
Absolutely.
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man
the second
3
one was so good.
The second one was good.
The
The
third
first one was good, but it was definitely a big letdown.
I remember talking to my friends who were real into the Spider-Man series and stuff.
Yeah.
And being like, I saw a preview, and you know, they show Venom. They show, you know, him turning into Venom.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, whoa. And then you see the movie, and it's like, they just totally wasted the crap out of it.
Well, Venom was probably in the movie for about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
you know, so it was really dumb. I mean, they put so much emphasis on, like, Spider-Man when he does the transformation. That was really cool, and it shows his aggression and everything. But then it was kind of like, oh yeah, by the way, here's Venom.
Yeah.
roll credits.
Yeah, it was really.
And then the
Hugely
Sandman, like, I don't know, dude. Like, I think the problem with these movies is that they try to cram too many characters.
Well, that was
as
the problem
opposed
with the
to-
third one.
Yeah, I mean, as opposed to concentrating the storyline, because they could have a whole movie just based on Venom.
Plus, Sam Raimi like lost his mind while he made those 3 movies.
Well,
he did. He like became totally insane.
you know, who
Danny
else did?
Elfman refused to work with him after like the first one because he went so crazy.
Yeah, but that doesn't justify things. The guy who
I'm not saying it justifies. I'm just saying that. I mean, the third one, you can tell that it's the product of a madman.
you know, was a product of the Madman was that show The Tick.
That's good though.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, that was a genius show.
Yeah.
All right.
What
Anywho,
about the Matrix Revolutions?
you know what? I was a huge Matrix fan, so
Yeah.
I might look at that biasly.
We all were.
Now, the third one was the one where they had that retarded dance scene in it when they're in the cave.
I don't remember.
Oh my god, dude.
I blocked that out. No, I think that was Reloaded.
Was it? Well, regardless, I'll take that piece and just put emphasis on how bad it was.
Really stupid
Oh my god.
It's just supposed to demonstrate what civilization is like, I guess, but it's not necessary.
Well, I think again it showed like how, not primitive, but like how just rudimentary they were at that time. You know,
Yeah.
it's just everyone's barefoot,
It's
just
still like
dancing
a
around in a
15-minute
cave.
scene of I don't care.
It really was.
And then you got to see like Neo and Trinity getting it on, and they're both like 85 pounds, and it's almost the most nauseating thing
It's
I've
some
ever seen.
sweet rib on rib
Yeah.
action. You like get some serious xylophone going on there, like. But yeah, I mean, after their Flight of the Bumblebee sex, I mean, that was
I don't know what that means.
you know, because it's like.
Oh, because someone is playing that. Right.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
The most horrific movie on this list.
Oh wait, let me stop you. Ghostbusters 2.
Well, I was gonna say it.
Well, so yeah, that was definitely misplaced on the list. I don't know who put that on there, but
How can it be on there?
it doesn't make any sense, man.
Ghostbusters 2?
It doesn't make any sense. So,
Yeah, that's a real big. That's a.
Mhm.
I want to like smash my head against.
Yeah.
The wall. So that's the list.
But
Speaking of movies that are disappointments.
the one I couldn't stop thinking about was the live-action Street Fighter movie
Yeah.
with Raul Julia and Jean-Claude Van
Oh,
Damme.
man.
What a piece of crap that was.
Such
I
a
mean,
piece of
like,
crap.
Raul Julia, first off, he's like an acclaimed actor. You know, did
Yeah.
all these things, and then
that was like
he
his.
became M. Bison.
Yeah, that was like his last role too. 'Cause he died right there.
I know,
One of his
like, he's
last roles.
mostly remembered for just dying in that role, too.
Well, and Adams and Gomez Adams.
Oh, well, yeah, he was fantastic in that, but... I mean, to the point where it had nothing to do with the game at all, which is fine. There wasn't really a whole lot of story plot in the game.
Yeah.
But, like, even when he's on that little floating island, he's playing a joypad, and he's playing, like, mash button, like how my sister would play video games. This is how he's fighting and blowing up bombs around Guile as he's going through the river. He's just like, and then he's like, boom! And it explodes, like, half an inch from his thing. It's just absolutely retarded.
It's a horrible, horrible movie.
Oh my
How
god.
many of the Street Fighters were in that? They're all in it. Zaggy T-Hawk was in it. T-Hawk.
For like half a second, he was like the Jamaican
No, that's
comic
DJ.
relief.
That's DJ.
Oh, DJ, I'm sorry.
T-Hawk was the Native American, but he had one move where if you jumped and you pressed all 3 buttons at once, he would do like put his arms back and like dive down. Remember
Yeah,
T-Hawk?
now I remember. Yeah, but that wasn't out of 2. That was like
That was Street
Fighter
Fighter 2 Turbo or
2
something.
Turbo Champion.
So, I mean, I had a real tough time thinking of something that I would want to happen where I would die.
Well, let's just say you wouldn't die in this scenario.
At first, I thought I would like to see, like the Star Wars, like the Sith win.
Oh yeah, and the Republic just dominate over everything.
Yeah.
Use,
You know what there would be a lot of jobs doing is
What's
building all those Death Stars because they would want like a couple thousand of them
they,
built.
they probably would.
So.
But,
There would be a
I
huge
guess, yeah.
union.
You know
Like
what? That
in
actually
Clerks
might
when
be
we
good
talk
for the
about that.
economy. Come to think of that.
Well, no, it wouldn't because they build the Death Stars and blow up all the planets.
Right.
But if you got off the planet, maybe you could go to the newest Death Star and be like, hey, I'll put up drywall down this hall. If
I
you
doubt
want.
they use drywall in the Death Star.
Metal wall, dry metal.
You don't really need a lightsaber to cut through drywall. I can pretty much just poke my finger through it.
You can poke your finger through this wall.
Do you really want me to?
Oh, you can't though. This isn't Fist
I
of the
can't-
North Star.
I'm just saying.
What's your evil plot that you like?
Which actually, it's not that evil, but only because it feels like it would be something that they should have executed several movies ago. But the Terminator series. Like,
You
why is...
want Skynet to take over?
All I'm saying is, the only reason I would want it to succeed is because it's so easy. I don't understand why it hasn't. You know, like, you got this Terminator that can go back, right?
Okay.
And do pretty much anything. He's more or less indestructible in the 1980s.
Okay.
Nobody was touching him,
Sure.
right? Why don't you just go back when they're babies, you know, and just kill them then?
I don't know.
I don't know either. That's the thing. That's why I would want that to succeed.
Because you think they did it wrong and you want them to do it right?
That's pretty much what I'm saying. Like, I'd like to talk to Arnold. I'd be like, listen, you have good intentions. I know where you're coming from. Just take another 10 years, you know? Just go back a little bit more. Take care of business.
They should have hired you as their
evil consultant.
their megalomaniacal consultant.
I don't know who they got, but obviously he
When
wasn't.
shall we go back? What were you thinking? 1980. 10 years before that. Get to the chopper!
But it just, you know what?
You know, Get to the Chopper wasn't from Terminator.
No, I know that, but it's epic.
What was
that he
it
says
from?
that. It was it True Lies? No. Was it Predator?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Good
I had to
job.
think about it. I should have said
Who did he
Predator
say it
first.
to?
What was that guy's name?
It was the woman.
No, then I have no idea.
I don't know her name either, but it was.
Oh, then why are you busting my chops?
It was all you had to say was the woman.
Well, I didn't know it was.
Get to the chopper! I wish that was like. That should be like. I love that quote so much.
Right.
I wish it was like some kind of like common sound, like instead of like.
Like you ring someone's doorbell.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Like,
Get to the chopper!
like, oh, my pizza's here.
Yeah. Like it should be like the default ringtone for iPhones.
It
Get
should
to the
be.
chopper! Or like school bells. Instead of the school like periods over. Get to the chopper! Get to the lunchroom!
Alright, so Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Because it's clearly a masterpiece of clown clown-centric horror comedy.
I will give you that. Out of all the clown-based horror movies out there, it clearly is the Citizen Kane of its time.
It's scary, man. And
Dude,
it's awesome.
As a child, it was frightening to see this movie. As an adult,
It's still frightening.
It is, but to the fact of at least I know if these clowns are going to like try to get me, I can just briskly walk away.
Not all of them though, because there was
No,
that little
none
one
of-
that
no,
like
he
runs a
did-
little.
A little bit. Okay, so maybe you might break a sweat trying to get away from them, but everybody else clearly you had a fighting chance.
You don't have to run. There is no running from the clowns though, because they're so bizarre. And if you remember the movie, they're so
Yeah.
bizarre that you don't see them in the street and run. You see them in the street, and you walk right up to them and are like, "What the hell is this?" And then they zap you, or they shoot you and turn you into a balloon, or
You
they
know what, dude?
cover you in popcorn.
I guarantee, and I'm gonna speak for 90% of the world, I think.
No, you're not.
Most people are afraid of clowns and aren't gonna see one on the street and be like, let me walk up to this creepy clown.
Well,
Because these clowns don't look like nice clowns even when they don't open up their mouths.
That's
They
true.
look like
They're
melted
really scary.
face,
they're
like
the
creepy
scariest
as
clowns
clowns.
ever.
They are, and there's no way I'm gonna step within 5 feet of them.
Well, you know what? The majority of the humans that they captured was in that cotton candy, though, and you didn't have to really be that close to them because they're aliens and their cotton candy guns have a range. They just shoot. they go down the street in that parade and they can just shoot you from the float and turn you into cotton candy and then hang you up in their spaceship and suck their blood with a straw.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's
like,
no. You see, you are being way too critical of the killer. The shadow puppets that they make are lethal.
Oh yeah,
that's the best.
You know what was creepy when he kills the sheriff? And he's talking to the shit when the guy's talking, and then and he's like puts it down, and it's like him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, ugh, sheriff.
Yeah, he pulls his hand out and it's covered in blood, and he's like,
The end boss, like the biggest one, he gets defeated by being pricked on the nose with a police badge.
Because that's how it works.
Yeah. Okay. So their whole civilization can just be. That's it. That's all it takes.
The secret. It took them all movie to figure it out.
Well, you'd think as an alien race that could come to this planet and have a cotton candy shooting guns that make things grow out of your toilet.
Yeah.
And they can drink your blood by encapsulating you in these things.
Achilles was unbeatable except for his heel. That's why it's called Achilles heel.
Yeah.
And that's why it's called Killer Clown Nose. There's also a term synonymous to Achilles heel called Killer Clown Nose. You ever hear that?
No, I never did.
You never watched a show, watch ping pong or something, and they're like, the Killer Clown Nose of that player is the backhanded front spin.
You
never heard
this
this?
up right now?
No, it's reality. Yeah, that's what I know.
Yeah.
So, I think next time we'll probably talk about TV shows.
Yep, definitely TV shows.
Which is even... So we went video games first, which you know something about, but not as much as you should. Now movies, which you are even more out of touch with. And now we're gonna do TV shows, which you are even more out of touch with.
It depends on the show. Depends on the show.
The good shows. You have no idea about any of them. So we'll see.
I know plenty of good shows.
We'll see how he does.
No.
Probably really poorly. I like peace signs.
Yeah, well,
peace.
I don't like this guy, so.
Peace! I like in the second one where they're in the train line, the abandoned train line, and Egon and Ray and Winston are down there. And Ray goes, hello, hello. And Ray goes, hello, hello. Winston goes, hello. Winston. It's like the awesomest thing.
And then that train goes through him, it's like,